These are some of YouTube's biggest co-stars that secretly despise working with one another, starting with Ned Fulmer from The Try Guys. The Try Guys featured 4 insanely close friends: Zach, Keith, Ned, and Eugene. They first gained popularity at BuzzFeed in the mid-2010s. Their premise was simple: 4 regular guys trying absurd or uncomfortable things and reacting with honest opinions. The group quickly became one of BuzzFeed's biggest successes, so much so that in 2018 they left the company to launch their own YouTube channel. Videos such as baking a pie without a recipe.
Yeah, well, my pie's garbage.
Oh, I thought those were marshmallows.
How did that even happen? I don't even know what to do. What happened?
Or trying a 400 dumpling mukbang.
How many did we eat?
374 by my math.
Matt Stoney ate 373.
Were instant successes on their channel, which explains how they got to almost 8 million subscribers. But behind the scenes, cracks were beginning to form in the friend group, especially surrounding Ned. He branded himself as the wife guy, as he would consistently reference his marriage in videos.
My wife, 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 my wife.
So when it was revealed in 2022 that he had been cheating with a fellow employee, it was a complete betrayal of everything their brand stood for. Just 2 days after the rumors had begun going public, the Try Guys would post to their Instagram, Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys. As a result of a thorough internal review, we do not see a path forward together. We thank you for your support as we navigate this change. The situation was addressed head-on, saying trust had been broken long before the affair. But on the 4th of October 2022, the Try Guys would upload one of their most viral videos simply titled, "What Happened?" The 3 guys explained that Ned confirmed he had been cheating for a fair amount of time prior, but they all had no idea it was happening.
On Labor Day weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior. We reached out to check on that employee. Ned confirmed the reports and since confirmed that this had been going on for some time, which was obviously very shocking to us, and we just want you to know that we had no idea this was going on. All of that information was just as shocking to us as all of this has been for you this week.
And they also pointed out the fact that they had unreleased videos with him that they now didn't want to upload, costing them a hefty amount of money.
We immediately removed Ned from work activities. We also opted to remove Ned from our releases pending the results of that review. Over a few weeks, that's included removing his section from videos, digitally removing him from others, and choosing not to feature him in our merch throws. There are several videos that we've deemed as fully unreleasable. You will never see them, and that is due to his involvement. And that's a decision that has cost us lots of money. We will not be able to recoup that money, but it's a decision we stand by proudly.
They then began to get emotional, saying watching old videos will never be the same.
I don't know that we'll ever be able to fully articulate the pain we feel at this moment. It's hard to rewatch old videos that we love and are proud of. We're losing a friend, we're losing someone we built the company with, we have countless memories with. We just made a TV show together.
Although today, the remaining 3 still run the Try Guys channel, posting content on pretty much anything you can think of. Ned, meanwhile, has gone absolutely silent online, confirming his friendship with the 3 Try Guys over H3 and Trisha Paytas. Ethan, or H3, and Trisha Paytas were the co-host of the Frenemies podcast, which ran between September 2020 to June 2021. With an impressive 39 episodes, it was one of the most entertaining shows on YouTube. The format was heavily based on their opposite personalities. H3 was calculated and sarcastic, while Trisha was emotionally raw.
Well, it's too late. You already knew that. And you keep watching his show and you keep shouting him out. And I'm having a existential crisis.
No one's watching it. I mean, the views have gone so much down, no one cares. So I'm, like a little sick puppy, and you're just like, look at this little sick puppy. One day our show will be a sick puppy, and I hope somebody will give us.
It's going to be a sick puppy if we don't move on.
Can I also say? Okay, go ahead.
Within the very first minute of the podcast beginning, H3 already mentioned this.
This podcast is a disaster.
But he also asked Trisha, how long do they think it will go on for?
Because one of my questions for you is, how long do you think it's going to last? Because my thing is like, because with you, I know that like your relationships are very hot and cold. Mm-hmm. And so we've built this whole set and table. And I wonder, I wonder how many episodes we make before this whole thing is burned to the ground.
They talked about heavy internet scandals, personal drama, and family issues, all while building a unique chemistry that the viewers loved. Every episode was completely random, like episode 9 being a cheese mukbang, while episode 12 talks about Trisha being kidnapped at point. But the tension that made the show work is what eventually tore it apart. Trisha walked off the show multiple times, frustrated over simple disagreements about money and how she was treated by the production team.
Consulted me at the beginning of the spring. She has a podcast. I brought life to the H3 channel, but Ela's too good to even mention her name. I said nothing bad. I said like, oh, we should have her as a guest or whatever like that. Don't even mention Ela. She doesn't want to be talked about.
Okay.
I literally don't care. Literally, I don't want to come back because I really hate her.
So she always making comments about the family and how...
I wasn't! That wasn't it! I said, oh, Ela should be a guest on the podcast, and you're like, don't mention Ela. She's the one we talked about. Oh, a queen. You guys can talk about my shit all the time, but her, don't mention her name. Dumb.
Okay.
I think we should just end it, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too.
She's such a...
She's not.
And you are too, and you're...
You
have no backbone.
All right, you should leave. We'll talk later. Yeah, you should get out.
I am going, but we're not talking later. You too. I don't care. Fucking dump me. I couldn't care less. Your family's
It's not about dumping. I don't know what happened.
Comments began appearing more frequently on videos reading, "This conversation feels so weird, like I should not be watching this personal conversation." After an especially heated argument over the episode structure, Trisha quit the show once and for all. During episode 39, Trisha and H3 argued over new segments on the show and the creative direction in which the podcast was headed. Trisha called parts of the format lazy and accused H3 of running the show without consulting her of new hires and revenue transparency. Things escalated towards the end of the episode when it was straight arguing for almost 10 minutes. It got so tense that the filming ended prematurely.
I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells around everything I say.
All right, Ethan, I'm asking to end this. I'm asking you.
You can leave anytime, Trisha.
But then you're making this thing where we're not ending the show and you get to sit here and be like, okay, well that just happened and you're eating pizza and then
I will end the show the minute you walk off.
All right,
the
so let's just end it, please. Thank you guys for watching it.
The next day, Trisha uploaded a video titled "Stepping Down from Frenemies," announcing that they were quitting. People in the comments said she self-sabotaged one of the best friendships she had, and one of the best jobs she had because she was extremely high maintenance and wanted more money and credit for things she didn't do. H3 uploaded a response video where he criticized Trisha for making private conversations public and that overall he was seen as her emotional punching bag. Therefore, they've never reconciled and have both said they're better off without each other. David Dobrik and Jeff Wittek. David Dobrik and Jeff Wittek were part of the Vlog Squad, a group that made high-energy, insane stunt content. Jeff quickly became one of the most prominent members in the group, as he had a dry sense of humor and often played the role of the tough guy in the group.
What does that feel like? Can I punch you? Whoa! Did you do it yet? I didn't even feel it.
Both David and Jeff actually have their own channels. Jeff with 3 million subscribers and David with over 17 million. Jeff was well known for his barbershop business that would often feature TikTok celebrities like Addison Rae or Lil Huddy. Over on David's channel, he was more known for his daily vlogs, where he would upload videos such as burying his friend in their backyard, which which reached 17 million views, or Singing to Strangers with Charlie Puth, almost receiving 30 million. However, in 2020, while filming a comeback vlog after the pandemic, David uploaded an extremely dangerous video involving swinging people on an excavator over a lake. Jeff was from the excavator arm when David spun it too fast, slamming Jeff into the steel. He ended up his skull in 9 different places, broke his foot and his hip, tore multiple ligaments, and nearly lost his eye. At first, Jeff tried to downplay the situation. Jeff posted some light-hearted content shortly after, but eventually disappeared from YouTube while he was recovering. Nobody had any idea how serious it really was until April 2021, when Jeff released his series Don't Try This at Home. After multiple surgeries, vision loss, and months of recovery, he had finally gone public. In one of the episodes, he explains that it was a mistake to let the biggest idiot he knows drive the excavator.
So I grabbed the rope and I tried to make a goddamn funny video for people, but this is where I made a mistake. I forgot that the biggest idiot I know was driving it.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
In the series, he exposed how the accident happened and expressed how deeply it affected him, both mentally and physically. He also showed behind-the-scenes footage of the stunt and revealed just how close he had come to death. At one point, doctors told him that if he hit his head slightly differently, he could have been paralyzed or killed. Jeff stated, "I'm done being fake friends with that guy. I've been protecting this guy for so long, and there's so much more to the story." On his podcast, Jeff said David never truly apologized and that he no longer speaks to him. In June 2022, Jeff filed a $10 million lawsuit against David Dobrik for general negligence and intentional torture. It claimed David was directly responsible for the injuries and sought damages for medical expenses and emotional distress. David didn't publicly respond in much detail, other than expressing the smallest amount of remorse in interviews. He briefly mentioned that it was the biggest regret of his life and admitted that it was a reckless idea. However, since the situation, neither of them have even said a single word to each other. Jake Paul and Alyssa Violet. Jake Paul and Alyssa Violet were 2 of the original stars of Team 10, a content house that Jake created in 2017 with the main goal to turn influencers into household names. Jake was the leader, while Alyssa was one of the breakout stars. Together, they were constantly filming videos that almost pushed the borders between seeming scripted and being completely real at the same time. Videos such as the prank where Jake got his wife pregnant on the team.
What is that?
Yeah, what's in your hand, bro? Oh, jeez.
No. Let me see that. Hey, wait, don't touch that, bro. Wait, hold on, wait.
You're pregnant?
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're joking.
No. This is a lot.
We're pregnant. Yeah.
You're not joking at all.
Bro, I'm speechless. I'm literally speechless. You're next, bro. You're next.
They even went as far as to brand themselves as a couple, as during the early Team 10 days, Jake and Alyssa constantly filmed flirty pranks and clickbait-style relationship videos. Jake and Alyssa even referred to each other as boyfriend and girlfriend in videos, and although it was never officially confirmed, people still gave them the nickname Jalissa. However, things behind the scenes were far from romantic. Alyssa later revealed that the relationship was extremely toxic. She said Jake was emotionally abusive and cheated on her constantly, and that she wasn't even allowed to bring guys to the Team 10 house, despite Jake doing whatever he wanted. Everything blew up in early 2017 when Jake suddenly kicked Alyssa out of the house without warning. She had nowhere to go, and instead of staying quiet, she went public. On Twitter, she wrote, "It f***ing sucks being so emotionally damaged by a person who you thought would always be there for you, and how could Jalissa be real when he had girl after girl over every single night in front of me?" Her tweet hinted at flat-out cheating and manipulation, and it didn't take long for fans to connect the dots. Jake responded with a diss track called It's Everyday Bro, where one of the lines reads, "And you know I kick them out if they ain't with the crew. Yeah, I'm talking about you begging for attention." Alyssa responded back harder, partnering with Rice Gum to release It's Every Night Sis, which directly called Jake out. Lyrics read, "Used to be your chick, now I'm blowing up, and they always play my songs when they throwing up." The two exchanged beef online for months, but eventually the noise calmed down and so did any sign of a friendship. Jake went all in on boxing, distancing himself from YouTube and building a surprisingly successful career outside of content creation, while Alyssa stepped back from content entirely, turning her focus towards modeling and fashion. The two haven't spoken or acknowledged each other publicly in years. For a couple that built their internet fame on being inseparable, their fallout ended up being one of the messiest in YouTube history. Gabby Hanger and Jessie Smiles. Gabby Hanger and Jessie Smiles were close friends from the Vine era, growing together as creators who made insanely relatable videos. They often supported each other publicly, as they were always collaborating on challenges and sharing personal stories in their videos. Their friendship looked completely genuine. They weren't just colleagues, as they seemed like real best friends dealing with life side by side. Fans loved seeing their chemistry and the way that they lifted each other up. The friendship shattered when Jessie found out that Gabby was still talking to Jessie's ex-boyfriend, Curtis Lepore, a former Vine star accused by Jessie of sexual assault. Jessie was completely shocked, especially after Gabby denied knowing the full story at the time. Jessie then dropped evidence proving that Gabby was aware, but she chose to stay connected with Curtis either way. For context, Jessie accused Curtis of raping her while she was asleep. While staying in Los Angeles after she and Curtis broke up, Jessie hit her head on a chair while making a Vine, leaving her worried that she'd suffered a concussion. She jokingly tweeted about it, but now her ex-boyfriend Curtis became worried and offered to pick her up. The two headed back to Curtis's place, where Jessie eventually fell asleep in his bed. In her charges against Curtis, Jessie claims that she woke up to him having sex with her, therefore she was extremely upset, demanding he take her back to the house she'd been staying at. After calling both a friend and her own mother, who urged her to report the assault, Jessie complied and filed the police report. Curtis was arrested on September 18th, 2013. What followed was years of public drama. But it wasn't just one or two videos, as Gabby dropped a whole multi-part series titled The Truth About Gabby Hanger, where she addressed several controversies, including Jessie. It wasn't neatly labeled, so viewers had to dig through hours of footage to piece it together. That in itself became part of the criticism. It felt like she was trying to exhaust the viewers into siding with her. Jessie Smiles would respond with her own drama videos, in titles such as Gabby Hanger Needs to Be Stopped and Gabby Hanger Will Never Stop. In the pinned comments, she would write, "For those of you coming from Gabby's video, yes, I have seen it. I'd be lying if I said that I had nothing to say in response. Explaining myself and why I blocked Gabby so many times over the years will air out her dirty laundry. I'm not interested in going there, and I'm fine with this ending here. I will absolutely, under no circumstances, be addressing Gabby any longer. I don't care if she continues to post 2 million videos about me. I don't care what people think I should do in response. I made this video with a very clear intention and made sure to say and show my truth for the parts of this situation that truly hurt and mattered to me. If I dedicated any more of my time to combating every lie Gabby has and continues to tell about our friendship, I'll never be free of this situation. It has to end somewhere." Since then, Jessie's moved on to a quieter life, focusing more on motherhood and smaller content. Gabby, on the other hand, has faded from YouTube entirely and leaned more into music. But one thing is for certain, that the two will never speak to each other ever again.